Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Mentalist MGTOW. As I prepared this video, I did not expect to have 2 pages worth of thoughts, but this is a bit of a deep concept. Some time back, I was talking at the bar one night with a friend, fellow MGTOW, and an MRA, like myself, that goes online as MGTOW Man. As we sat, talked, and had a couple of beers, he brought up a very interesting question to me that I've been mentally digesting over quite some time. Why is masculinity tied to women in society? Getting pussy makes you a man. How many women you can bed measures your manhood. Where have we gone wrong making women our measure of manhood? Where did these ideas come from? I did a rather extensive online search, and it's convinced me that very little, if any, people are questioning this cultural phenomenon that I see as a bit of a dichotomy. Feminism claims these ideas are patriarchy, but this idea has existed long before their ideology was around or usable. It was around before women's lib, and as far as I can tell, it was just the same back in the medieval era. So in many cultures, masochism and sacrifice are a man's rite of passage. Everything from hanging themselves on meat hooks suspended in the air to diving headlong towards the ground at 45 miles per hour, and my personal favorite, wearing a glove made of bullet ants. Interesting how Western culture spreads their right of manhood out over a lifetime. They call it marriage. A man then spends his lifetime having his wealth, utility, and health slowly drained from him until there's nothing left. Why has this become the normal realm of being for our men? And aside from morons like Brad Wilcox spewing his especially redundant narrative of the system that is already in place and wanting it to stay there, despite the obvious trend that shows people are waking up and saying, hey, maybe this isn't the way. In short, I can find no reference to where this started, why it started, just that the golden standard is, you cannot become a man until you get some. That's the blue pill narrative you hear from men. That is what boys are taught. And so men go through life with the idea that their worth as men is tied to the almighty vagina, and as such, women. I suggest we start changing that narrative post-haste. In nearly every other culture I can research, there are rites of passage that have nothing to do with women. Just bravery and a test of resolve or nerve. Not that I suggest having yourself, being hung from meat hooks is a great idea. That just goes to show how it's universal that sacrifice of health, life, and body is for men only, of course. I was, however, particularly moved by the Cherokee Indians' rite of passage. A boy sits in the woods on a stump, blindfolded, for the entire night. He believes that he is alone, but the boy's father is there with him the entire night, unbeknown to the boy, who in the morning removes the blindfold to find his father still there beside him. From the perspective of the boy, he must show bravery and resolve. He hears noises, animals. It's entirely possible that he might come to harm in the woods while in this vulnerable condition. But he must remain vulnerable. Interesting, isn't it? And in the morning, compassion is shown from the father as he shows his son that he never left him at all. Loyalty among men to men. This is the type of narrative I believe we should be embracing as men. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be loyal to one another and compassionate. These are rights worth having. It's a hell of a lot better than, hey bro, you hit that? I could go into more detail, but I think it best to leave this episode here for meditation from all who are listening. Let's unshackle the male mind from this narrative that our manhood is defined by women. Until next time, this is Mentalist MGTOW. Email me at mentalistmgtow@gmail.com. Tweet me at mentalistmgtow. Read my blog, mentalistmgtow.wordpress.com. Or catch me over on minds.com as well, where I'll be posting most of my stuff from here on out, since YouTube has gone on their tirade. Until then, I'll be seeing you.